What's going on? What's going on today? Today is the video today is about complaining. Okay, and you probably already understand the tone of my voice where I'm gonna go with this, but I'm talking about men complaining about other men that don't do something, that do something, or don't do something, or does something, or does or don't do something. Complaining about other people and outcomes and missed outcomes, and complaining is not for kings. If you feel as though you're an average person, an average man, below average man, okay, complain away. But if you are not an average man, or you strive to be above average, complaints should be at a minimum, almost non-existent. Because you know why? I'm gonna repeat after me. Don't nobody give a fuck about your complaints. Rewind that till you get that through your thick skull. Nobody cares about your complaints. This world that we live in, well before I was even born, nobody cared about nobody's complaints. If you ever seen an old man, an old black man walking around, barely got a nickel to rub together, I see him almost every day. Don't nobody care about him. That's why he's out there like that. That's one of the reasons why he's out there like that. And life ain't fair all the times. I mean, philosophically speaking, life might not be fair at all. Yet, whether it's fair or not, ain't everybody gonna feel any sympathy towards you. Don't nobody care about your complaining. And your complaining is a motion that pretty much is useless and wasteless. Because if you're the type of person that continue every time you come online is to open up the complaint department, well, let me remind you, the complaint department is closed. The complaint department is forever closed. Don't nobody care about you and your complaints. They don't care. They don't care what you got going on. And the reason why you complaining primarily is because you broke and stuck. And that's why you complaining, because, see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you about people that complain. Most of the people that complain either got mental problems or they're broke. That's why they're complaining. So here's the thing. I know life is tough. I'll be the first person to tell you life is tough as fuck. I mean, people take advantage of people, disrespect people every single day. People try to abuse people every single day. Life is tough. Yet, you got to do something to make it where you don't have to deal with people trying to take advantage of you and, put you in situations because you signed paperwork that you are screwed up. You sign your life away to a record deal or some unfavorable loan or whatever the case may be. There's people out here that are vultures that eat people alive. Waiting for people to die, all kind of crazy shit. People do not care, man. It's like, this is probably the most careless society probably ever. And it's like, don't nobody care that you want things to be a certain way. If you're not gonna make it that way, nobody care. They're not gonna do it for you. I don't care what you want somebody to do, unless you do it yourself or assemble the people, call meetings, call those that are interested, and put some money behind it, or have people fundraise and put money behind it. It ain't gonna get done. You wasting your breath. You might as well talk about something more important. And here's another thing about complaining. That's why it's not really effective. Complaining actually is a negative emotion. It brings forth continuous negativity, meaning when you complain a lot, it brings forth an emotion of a chemical response to negative thoughts. So then your negative thoughts become actions. You constantly are negative. So every day you wake up, what can I complain about today? Because that's your response to this life. It's just instead of doing something about things, you just complain, because complaining actually is the easiest thing to do. Oh, just complain and see who listens to me. You know, complaining has its moments where I can understand it's warranted. Okay, you know, if your car is not fixed properly and you pay some money to a shop that was supposed to fix your car, you have a valid complaint. But coming online talking about what old people don't do and young people need to do and all of that crap, at the end of the day, don't nobody know who the hell. A lot of y'all, like, don't nobody even know who you are. You're a fucking ghost. You're an avatar behind a fucking username. You know, so I mean, like, you're not even brave enough to even show your face to, you know, pinpoint who the fuck you actually are. You're just some dude or chick online complaining about what you don't like. And it's like, you know, I really, to be honest, I don't like people like that. Don't come around me complaining. Don't come to my channel complaining about what somebody else didn't do, what somebody did do. I play chess. This shit real. This is life. I don't fucking worry about no motherfucking complaints. I go get it done. If I can't get it done, I try the next day. And the next day, and the next day, till it's fucking done. I mean, complaining ain't gonna get me shit. Ain't gonna give me no money in my pocket. Complaining ain't gonna keep no motherfucking money in my bank account. That's not how you win in life. Just be a complainer. Complaining does not get you any healthier. It doesn't get you stronger. It doesn't get you no money in your pocket. It doesn't give you where have you ever heard somebody get some type of funding or a business deal, broker a business deal based off of complaining? You come into you try to meet somebody and it's a complaint, and then in the meeting about getting funding, you talk, instead of talking about your business, about what you're gonna do, how successful your business is, or how highly skilled you are and what you actually know how to do, or whatever the case may be pertaining to the deal that you're trying to get, you just complain. You just sit at the table and just start complaining, rounding off complaints. I didn't do this, you ain't do that, they ain't do this, do that, do that. All of that is a response to financial trauma. You're broke. You talking broke talk. I know broke talk. Trust me, I know broke talk. Broke talk is all about complaining with no actions, no meeting, because, you know, complaints, there are valid complaints. But you know what they do in the business world with complaints? They have a meeting and set up a meeting to try to resolve the complaints. They don't just complain and then another hour, you know, go to somebody else's channel and start complaining again. And then the next channel complaining. That's a fucking financial fucking trauma reaction. You're broke. You don't know how else to fucking get out your emotions and frustrations other than complaining. You're losing sleep, you're stressed out, and you're broke. So you come online to complain about everybody and what they not doing and what they should be doing and all that shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm trying to stay away from these people with a 10-foot pole. I mean, life sucks. I can't, hey, I sell herbs. I mean, your health is everything. Your health is your wealth. You know, if you can't get it from me, you don't like me because I called you broke too many times, go to fucking Vitamin Shop. Go whatever, Amazon sell herbs, eBay sell herbs. Go somewhere. Don't be sick in the head because you don't want to buy products from me. Don't be sick as a dog and die because you don't want to buy products from me because your ego is bruised too heavily. And that's another thing. Your ego can help you and hurt you. You complaining about this and that, and you got an ego the size of Mount Rushmore, you know, and it's like your ego can help you or hurt you. How it can help you is, it could be like, you know, Michael Jordan has a big ego. He used to wake up early in the morning, stay late after practice, and basically train. Okay, Kobe Bryant used to wake up early in the morning and train and shoot so many jump shots and all of that, like, because he wanted to be great. He had an ego. His ego was fed by him wanting to be great. Now, a lot of people that I find out, they have an ego too. Everybody has an ego, but your ego is unwarranted because what the hell are you doing besides complaining? What are you doing? Can you prove what you're doing? I mean, my channel is, I'm not afraid to, I got a job, I got a new job. I don't give a fuck who the fuck see me online. I don't give, like, I'm sure it's celebrities and all kind of famous, very important people that know who I am that probably watch my videos in the shadow. I give a fuck about who sees my channel or otherwise. In the end of the day, if you know, people have their own fucking life and whatever the fuck they want to do with it, or whatever they scared of, or whatever hey, cool. But I mean, complaining don't get you nowhere, bruh. I promise you that. If you don't get no advice from me, I can tell you that. Complaining only gets you the ear of somebody that cares. Let me tell you something. I can't care. How the fuck would I care? How would I care? I don't have any money to fucking give you. I'm trying just like the next person. You know, trying to make a dime out of a dollar out of a dime. I don't have any. You need to complain to rich people. Maybe you might have a chance. Okay? I'm not rich. So don't complain to me. I don't want to hear your complaints. I promise you I don't. I ain't got no wine to give you, and I don't want to hear your fucking complaints. I'm tired of that shit. Go get you some motherfucking money and make that money make money and keep doing it. And I promise you, if you keep doing it and you stick with it, your complaints might go away. I would say most people's problems are financially related. It is what it is. I've said that many times. Most people's problems are financially related. I mean, this whole society is based off of a lot of people that need to have things and need to, basically pay for cost of living. Some people can do it. Some people can't do it, can barely do it. Some people can do it well. Some people are rich. Some people are wealthy. Some people are super wealthy. But when you in a bad state, and a lot of people are in a bad financial state, yeah, it sucks. You in your head, you want to complain, but in my mind, I already know nobody cares. Nobody give a fuck. As far as men, nobody cares about men. Men are expendable. I mean, especially, she got to understand, man, just, it just is what it is, man. That's why it's like, a lot of people, a lot of men, are really jealous towards other men that are more successful than they are. Even if you want to be successful, even if you're striving for success and you talking about success, people get jealous, or people get, he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. You always talking about money. I got a financial channel, you fucking idiot. Did you not know that? What more do you not understand than that? And it's like, man, at the end of the day, it's your mindset. It's your mindset that's gonna make you or break you. And I'm gonna tell you, that complaining mindset, that shit definitely will break your ass. Cause you'll be complaining forever. You have to this shit is difficult. This shit, and I've talked about how difficult it is. You can't say it's easy to make $1 million and then be broke. You can't it's either hard or it's easy. It ain't easy, bruh. It's not easy. It ain't easy to make no $1 million. It ain't easy to, do that, to make a bunch of money. Cause if it was, I wouldn't be stuck in traffic right now if it was. All of these people out here, most of these people out here, including me, are out here because they kind of have to be, financially speaking, if you know what I mean. It's just the way this shit is. Now, knowing that, you got to take the steps forth to, if you don't really like it, and you really, this shit is unsustainable, you have to stop somewhere. And what do I mean by stop somewhere? You have to fucking plot on being basically more financially fluid and get your financial life in order, and try to, basically get enough money so you can basically do what you want to do in life. I mean, you might, when I had my business, I had my store, I still was driving and, I was still in traffic, but it was a different experience. It wasn't, man, I got to get back to work. It was, man, I can get back to my store whenever I need to. I already had a lot of times I had somebody already there. I paid someone to be there. So, it's like, man, it sucks. It sucks. Trust me, you already know it sucks. Not having enough money to do what you want to do in life. But knowing where you come from, I've been thinking a lot about, I've been thinking about Jews, and I think about, black people in America, basically the transatlantic slave trade. And I'm like, Jews basically knew they were persecuted. They knew they were, the Nazi Germany and thrown in, gas furnaces and all that type of stuff. That actually did happen. Now, knowing all of that, Knowing, even the stuff that they probably have done in the past on the others that probably led to bad karma, such as predominantly being business or basically slave owners and part of that whole slave industry with, basically financing ships and insurance and having plantations and all the money that was made off of that. Karma is karma. But yet, surviving all of that, they hold on to their money because they know a lot of people don't like them. They stay within themselves because they know a lot of people don't like them. A lot of groups don't like them. African Americans, and then they also said never again, right? The person that invented, the guy that invented the Uzi, he just recently died. They invented a Uzi, a gun, a weapon, a firearm. So just another tool to basically not let that ever happen again to them. That was just, that's just one thing, right? As far as me being the descendant of someone that, was a freeman and what, got out of slavery or whatever, my grandparents and, back in the 1800s, I don't want that ever to happen to me again. I don't want to ever have to be on a plantation talking about, yes, a boss, yes, a massa, I'm gonna be picking that cotton up today and I'm bringing it right to you, sir. Because see, the new age slavery is being a cost of living wage slavery. That's the new slavery. It's like, if you really, really want to have more freedom of what you want to do and, have more power to do it, you have to do that. Nobody's going to give you anything. It's hard. It's going to be hard, most likely. And you just got to try it. There's many people that has been successful. They just, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy. But again, like when you spend your money buying cars, buying shit like you're already rich, because you don't want any delay in your, as far as you living your life, you feel like you missing out on life because basically everybody else got nice cars and nice this and nice, and then I don't, and it's like it's just like you gotta sacrifice. Basically what I'm saying, you gonna have to get out of this situation, you gonna have to use every piece of money that you have to sacrifice to get out of it. That's the only way I know, bro. I don't know any other way other than somebody give you a whole bunch of money, or you win some money or some shit, or some rich person, whoever it is, gives you a bunch of money or whatever. It's no getting out of it. It's long, slow savings, investing, what I'm saying, working obviously towards, basically that financial goal, whatever it is that you need to pay for your cost of living and everything like that. So, you might only have 10 years of cost of living. Like, you can only, if you can retire early, probably I would say 10 years is good enough of income to just, try to retire for, like, you got enough money, you probably estimate, okay, if you estimate your bills now, adjust for inflation, you might go, 10 years, you might go even longer, but you got a good 10 years that you have to pay for, if your cost of living, your all of your financial responsibilities. I would say go do it. Don't be scared. Just go out there, because I mean, some people have had less and they were able to do, you know, basically go on their own for a while. I mean, I was able to do it for a few years. You know, I had a store and, you know, I was able to do it, you know, so complaining though, complaining ain't it. That's not it, man. That's not gonna give you any results, man, other than negativity. That's just negative thoughts. You gotta just go do it. It's hard, man. Like I say, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. This shit competitive, man. It's competitive. And and basically what you saying is, it's like, man, these motherfuckers is doing this, and then, you know, I don't know, they should be doing this. It's like, man, why don't you do it? Oh, no, I got you. You got all the excuses in the world at that point. But nobody cares, man. They ain't gonna even care if you rich, to be honest. They don't give a shit. They just gonna be like, oh, he rich. This bumbleclot. They gonna hate you even more. You know, whatever, you know, people that don't like you, when you get money, that's gonna be amplified. You know what I'm saying? So you never gonna satisfy these people, man. You never gonna. It's people that's just never gonna be satisfied, and that's what happens. That's what a lot of people that complain all the time. That's what sets in. That's what locks in. It's never satisfied. It's people never satisfied. And again, if you like that, can you please stay away from me? Please stay away from me.